All right, and just know that however it is you're showing up this evening, it's all good. And just give yourselves a moment to settle, to get in touch with this still place inside you. And check your body now. Feet flat on the floor. Shoulders aligned with the hips. And the hands, I think for the purpose of this meditation, wherever is comfortable for you, you know. If you need to have them flat on your thighs or in the meditation mudra. And just imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. Just imagine someone's lengthening your spine. And very gently tip your head forward. Try to avoid allowing your head just to kind of pull you forward. You just tilt the head down, the chin. And the eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose, and the tip of the tongue would be on the roof of the mouth. This is really only for those times when you're meditating for several hours a day. But it's good to get some practice about how the great meditators sit. So bring your awareness to the crown of the head and just relax your scalp and the forehead and the eyes and nose, the cheeks, the area around your mouth. And release all the tension around the back of the head and the base of the skull. And relax the throat, the jaw, the temples, the inner ear, back of the tongue. And then move down to your neck. Allow your shoulders to drop down, shoulder blades, throat, chest, belly, limbs, hands, fingers, and feet and toes. And bring your mind to the breath. And just notice the sensation of the air, these very subtle sensations as you're breathing in and breathing out. And if you do have any sounds happening in your environment, just allow those sounds to be there. Try not to follow them or investigate with the mind. And then check your breath, check back to your breath. And again, noticing what's arising in the mind, trying not to judge or have opinions or criticize yourself. Just accept what's arising as being okay. You know, we're not always on top of things 24/7. I think we really expect too much of ourselves. I mean, it's good to not be, lazy, but really, or irresponsible, but really, I think sometimes we're the opposite. We just try so hard, expect so much. So just relax, allow your thoughts to arise. And you can just imagine you're like a scientific observer, just watching, noticing with curiosity and interest, without any agendas, expectations, without engagement. Just watch. And you'll notice if you do that without following a story, the mind will just, the thoughts will just disappear. The new ones will come. So we can just imagine we're on the bank of our river. We're just watching that river flow by. And while we're on the bank, sitting on the bank, dry, watching, we're free. So remembering all those people of your life, your loved ones, spouses and children, best friends, dear colleagues. Varying degrees of closeness. These are the people we like and we hold dear to our heart. And then there's those people in our life who we tend to try and push away. Maybe they've harmed you. Maybe you just find them irritating. But we close our heart to these people. And then there's those people in our lives who are strangers. And those strangers, today I went to the dermatologist and I met several strangers there. For the brief time that I was there, they became friends because they were helping me. And we were chatting. And then I walked out of their lives again. And me out of theirs. But I remember them fondly because they helped me, and also thinking, what are their lives like when they go home after a day at work? Who are their loved ones? What issues do they have at home? Are they happy? Are they warm? And these friends and enemies and strangers can all change place at any time in our life. Regardless, they're all equal. They're all the same as you and me in their wish to be happy and their wish to be free from suffering, and in having this unbelievable capacity for this enlightened mind. So we'll dedicate this practice, or we'll motivate for this practice and this purification that we will be engaging in tonight for the benefit of all those people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings, and for ourselves as we're moving along our spiritual path. So just remember, there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. We create negativity with our mind. So here we're going to create positivity with our mind instead. We're going to change it. So we start with the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of the heart, your heart, anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and of all of your past lives. And think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. So the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. Anything we experience right now is as a result of the actions that we have done in the past. So if we've harmed others, we're going to experience something similar, some kind of suffering. So logically, it would make sense that we would pull out these karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of suffering. So then we think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. We rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. And it's not that we're wanting the Buddha to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. So you can just imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head, and he is facing the same way as you. You can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher, your trusted mentor, your spiritual guide, your guru, however you see these people, manifesting in this form for your benefit. So Vajrasattva has a beautiful face, made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. His eyes are long, shaped like lotus petals, and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents a union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So think about some beings that you've harmed, and maybe some beings who've harmed you, and develop in your heart a wish for them to be free from suffering. Particularly the ones who've harmed you, because the harm they've caused you is going to manifest as suffering for them in the future. So now we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the practice, the medicine, doing the practice of purification. So we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart, and it arcs around and into your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of all your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Tita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Tita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Tita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Tita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Tita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Tita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Tita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So the next is a purification of the speech, and Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech. And it kind of overflows and disappears into space, just completely disappears, not one atom left. So you can imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and useless speech and lying and talking badly about others behind their backs, getting other people to agree with you, all of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mipiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Am Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Am Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Am Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Am Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Am Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Am Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything but benefit others now with your speech. So next is a purification of the mind. And Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you flick on the switch. The light that comes on instantly dispels the darkness. So it's the same here, same analogy. The moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart touches your heart, all the darkness of the negativity of the mind, so all your depression and anxiety and attachment, unhealthy attachments and grasping and neediness and wanting more and not feeling enough and grudges and jealousies and bitterness, all of this is instantly dispelled as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta me bawa sawa sidi me piyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa sipokaya me bawa Anarakta me bawa sawa sidi me piyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa sipokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawa sidi mimpiyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa sipokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawa sidi mimpiyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa sipokaya mebawa Anarakta me bawa sawa sidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa sipokaya me bawa Anarakta me bawa sawa sidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified. Just imagine they're all gone. And the only thing that's left in your heart now is love and kindness, wisdom, compassion, bliss, creativity, inspiration. So next is the purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And this time you can imagine that Vajrasattva is sending light and nectar, and it's filling you completely and eradicating even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa sipokaya mebawa Anarakta me bawa sawa sidi me piyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa sipokaya me bawa Anarakta me bawa sawa sidi me piyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa sipokaya me bawa Anarakta me bawa sawa sidi me piyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa sipokaya me bawa Anarakta me bawa sawa sidi me piyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa sipokaya me bawa Anarakta me bawa sawa sidi me piyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa sipokaya me bawa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yato sawa kama sitame. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dinapatita. Tita meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yato sawa kama sitame. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya satra aham pe. So now feel you are completely purified. Not one atom of negativity is left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So now we come to the power of resolve, and this is the fourth and yet extremely crucial part of the purification, is this determination, this decision we make to try and refrain from harming with our body and our speech and our mind. And so without deciding to do something, we're never actually going to do it. We have to make effort. So we have to aspire to not harm again, and gradually over time, by refraining bit by bit, working on small things that are easy for us to kind of recognize and capture and reduce, over time, those habits that we have to blurt things out of our mouth or harm others with our speech, or, swat that fly or stamp on that mosquito, whatever it is we're doing, gradually those habits will just atrophy. And then we'll find we're not doing it anymore. It takes time. And this determination, we have to make a determination. It kind of gives us a bit of strength and courage, gives us inspiration to change. So Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown, and think, my guru's body, speech, and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. And next we do a little bit on emptiness. So meditate on the emptiness of the three circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while, and you can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that perhaps the way things are appearing to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the positive energy that you've created doing this purification practice to all living beings, all those people of your life, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Hoi Tub Shul Chang Shin Jam Gon Galloway, Tenzing Kyong Pelaway, Kunzo Dog Porze, Chog Sum Kurway Leg Mon Tu Dru, Pa Dag Sol Dulje, Kondu Jab Ten Shog. Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. And Geshe Sherab, beloved teacher leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Okay, everybody. Lots of love. So nice to see you all here. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And take care. Thank you for coming. And thank you for hosting. And thank you for the bouncers. I suspect